Welcome back to the show. If you're worried about memory loss and driving, how it may affect it, our next guest is Mary Grace Carpenter with Fit Brain Club. She's going to be telling us about her next event.
Yes.
And her speaker and driving and memory concerns. Welcome to the show, Grace.
Thank you, Bree. We're very
Nice to have
excited
you
to
back.
welcome back Debbie Ricker. She's come the past 2 years. She has 47 years as an occupational therapist, and all of the recent years have been as a driving instructor. She's licensed and registered with the DMV. So when people come to her, she gives them a driving assessment and takes them out for a drive, and then that's part of the assessment. And then the DMV will accept her assessment if the person's license is in question. So there are many people who come to our meeting on a monthly basis, and they'll say, usually it's women, how do I get my husband to stop driving? Yeah. And so there are signs. Debbie's going to talk about the connection of memory and safe driving. And so one of the signs is they'll think they can keep on driving because that long-term and road memory is there. But all of a sudden, if there's, like we've had all this construction on Paseo de Valencia, on Aliso Creek Road, if they run into something like that, where like it happened to me one day, and I thought, wow, if I had cognitive decline, I would have panicked. But just as I was going through the lane to turn left into the big center there, the man is deciding to block off the city, to block off this lane. So he puts up a barrier right in front of me, and I'm in the lane to turn that we are not going.
That he's now blocking.
And I said, I put my hands up. What am I going to do? And he says, and it goes back. And I had to back all the way out of the lane because they were just going to close. But I was the last car, and
So
they didn't let me
you through.
They should have but they didn't. Now, if that happens to somebody with cognitive decline, that is a red flag.
Right.
They can't make the quick decisions. They think they can drive forever because of that. The most serious and most recent one that we dealt with, and it took a long time to get someone of Debbie's expertise because this friend was 100 years old.
Still driving.
And the red flags were minor accidents. And then there was a major accident where he drove through the wall of the garage and still wasn't listening, okay? So we have to come up with a strategy, and that's what Debbie's going to talk about at the meeting. Strategies when your loved ones, you can't talk to them, you can't convince them, but when they have a professional with her experience and expertise, she can help us, because I went through it with my husband with dementia. And, they'll say, let me do the golf cart and whatever. And then something happens. And so...
is it more so that, Grace, it takes away the independence of the
it's
person?
their last, right. They're holding on to that. And that's their biggest one.
It's a huge concern.
Oh, they can't believe it and cannot accept it. So it doesn't become logical anymore. And so the drastic measures that were used with this gentleman were, I said to his partner, you're going to have to tell him you're going to leave him. And she did. She said, I've tried everything, and I'm just not going to be able to be with you because there's too many accidents. This is too serious.
It puts other lives in danger.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
And not even just the old age and the dementia setting in, but it's also the types of medications that people are on.
Oh, yes.
I did that. I made that mistake one time with my mom, who was insistent.
Yes, yes.
And I know how stubborn
Yes.
they can be.
Yes.
And she almost caused a 3-car accident, and I said, you are not even driving back home.
Yep.
And she just wanted to spin around the block.
Of course.
One last spin around the block,
Yes.
which it was.
Yes.
But it almost was for me as well.
That's
So
right.
it's just not worth it.
Right. And our our children, if it's like with my husband, I remember the last one was he was holding on to driving with a golf cart, and it was too dangerous. He was having an accident, whatever. So she actually had a feign that he broke her arm when she reached over to get the keys away, and he tried to get her. She said, "Oh, you broke my arm," and bam, she quick got the keys. But you have to do things like that to
drastic measures.
Right. We don't want anybody to have to do that.
Hopefully everybody can go to the Driving and Memory Concerns Talk with Debbie Ricker, May 12th.
We hope so.
Thank you so much for being here, Grace.
And thank
Such
you.
an important topic.
Thank you so much, Bree, for giving us this time.
We'll be back after these messages. Stay with us.